Right, so how many moles of oxygen will react with 16.8 moles sodium? So the question is how many moles of oxygen to moles of sodium, and if you look at your mole island chart, that's mole to mole, which is a two-step dimensional analysis problem. So you start off with your given, which is 16.8 moles of sodium. So you're going from mole of sodium to mole of oxygen, and the rest you get it from the equation that is given. So mole of oxygen, only 1 mole of oxygen reacts with the 4 moles of sodium, so you get 1 on top, and on the bottom is what you're trying to cancel out from the past one, which is moles of sodium. And in the equation, 4 moles of sodium reacts with 1 mole of oxygen. These cancel out, and you multiply across, which gives you 16.8 over 4, and you end up with 4.2 mole oxygen.
How many moles of hydrogen are needed to completely react with 2 moles of nitrogen? So the question here is how much hydrogen is needed for to react with two moles of nitrogen. So this is going to be a two-step dimensional analysis from mole to mole. So you start with what's given, which is 2 moles of nitrogen, and then you use the equation to find the right side. So you're trying to find how much hydrogen is needed to react with the nitrogen. So moles of H2, and then you're gonna put moles of N2 in the bottom so it could cancel out with this side. So it's 3 moles of H2, and you get that from the equation, over 1 mole of N2, and then you'll get 6 moles of H2.
How many grams of potassium chloride are produced if 25 grams of potassium chlorate decompose? So the question is asking for you to go from grams of potassium chlorate to mole of potassium chlorate to mole of potassium chloride to grams of potassium chloride, and this is using the mole island chart. So you start off with the given 25 grams of potassium chlorate, and this is going to be a 4-step problem. So you have 25 grams of potassium chlorate, and you're going to mole of potassium chlorate, and for 1 mole potassium chlorate there is 122.55 grams of potassium chlorate, and you find this out by looking at your periodic table chart. Now from mole of potassium chlorate you're going to mole of potassium chloride, so mole potassium chloride, and you're trying to cancel out the mole of potassium chlorate from before, so mole potassium chlorate goes on the bottom, and you look at the equation for this. So 2 moles of potassium chloride are produced from the 2 moles of potassium chlorate. Next you go from mole of potassium chloride to grams of potassium chloride, and then you put mole of potassium chloride on the bottom because you're trying to cancel that out from before. So this cancel out with this with this, and this cancel out with the first one. So for 1 mole of potassium chloride you have 74.55 grams of potassium chloride. Now you multiply everything on top and you divide it by everything on the bottom multiplied together, and you would end up with 15 grams of potassium chloride.